When you feel alone, remember Elijah, the prophet who thought he was the only one left alone. Have you ever felt like you were fighting alone? Like everyone around you had given up, but you were the only one still trying to stand for what is right? If you have ever felt that way, then the story of Elijah will speak directly to your heart, because Elijah once believed he was the last faithful person left. But what God showed him changed everything. The land that forgot God. Long ago, the land of Israel had a king named Ahab, and his wife, Jezebel, was even more dangerous. She hated the worship of the true God. Instead, she forced the people to worship a false god named Baal. Slowly, the nation turned away from God. Altars were destroyed. Prophets were hunted, and fear filled the land. But God had one man who refused to bow. His name was Elijah. One day, Elijah walked straight into the palace of King Ahab. Imagine the courage. Standing before a powerful king, who could order your death at any moment. Yet Elijah spoke without fear. He said, "There will be no rain, no dew until I say so." Then he walked away. And just like that, the sky closed. Weeks passed, then months, then years. No rain. The ground cracked. Crops failed. Rivers dried. The land was starving. And suddenly, everyone wanted to find Elijah. God hides his prophet, but God protected him. First, Elijah was sent to hide near a quiet brook. There, something incredible happened. Birds brought him food every morning and evening. Bread, meat, delivered by ravens. When the brook eventually dried up, God sent Elijah to a poor widow. She had only enough flour and oil for one last meal. One meal before she and her son expected to die. But Elijah told her something shocking. "Make food for me first, and God will provide." It sounded impossible, but she trusted. And that small jar of flour never ran out. The little bottle of oil never became empty. Day after day, meal after meal, God kept providing. The greatest showdown. 3 years later, God sent Elijah back to face King Ahab. This time, Elijah made a challenge. All the prophets of Baal would gather on Mount Carmel, hundreds of them, against just one man, Elijah. 2 altars would be built, 2 sacrifices prepared, but no fire would be lit. Instead, they would pray, and the God who answered with fire would be the true God. The prophets of Baal went first. They shouted, they danced, they cried, they begged their God to send fire. Hours passed. Nothing happened. No fire, no voice, no answer. Then Elijah stepped forward. He rebuilt God's broken altar. He placed the sacrifice on it. Then he did something shocking. He poured water over it. Not once, not twice, 3 times. The altar was soaked. Water filled the trench around it. Then Elijah prayed. Just a simple prayer. "Lord, show these people that you are God." Suddenly, fire fell from heaven. It burned the sacrifice, the wood, the stones, even the water. The entire crowd fell to the ground. And they cried out, "The Lord, He is God." When a hero feels broken, you would think this was Elijah's greatest victory. But something unexpected happened. Queen Jezebel heard what Elijah had done, and she sent a message. "By tomorrow, you will be dead." Suddenly, the fearless prophet ran. The same man who faced hundreds of prophets now ran into the wilderness. He was exhausted, overwhelmed, afraid. He sat under a lonely tree and prayed something heartbreaking. "God, I have had enough. Take my life." Even great heroes sometimes feel tired. Even strong believers sometimes feel alone. But God was not angry with Elijah. Instead, God sent an angel. The angel woke him gently. There was fresh bread beside him. And water. Eat, the angel said. Elijah slept again. The angel returned. Eat, because the journey is long. God wasn't finished with him. Not even close. God speaks in a whisper. Later, Elijah stood on a mountain. A powerful wind came, but God was not in the wind. Then an earthquake shook the ground, but God was not in the earthquake. Then a blazing fire appeared, but God was not in the fire. Finally, there was a soft whisper, and in that quiet whisper, God spoke. Elijah had believed he was the last faithful person left, but God told him something powerful. There are still 7,000 people who have not bowed to Baal. Elijah was never alone. He only thought he was. Sometimes life feels like that. You stand for what is right, but everyone else seems to walk away. You pray, but God feels silent. You fight, but you. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. God bless you. Shalom.